Good morning and welcome back to B4TV, your daily dose of industry information. There has been a change of process with regards to the declaration of trailer numbers in systems such as GVMS, ELO and ICS2. Robert and Igor join us this morning from our policy and compliance team to tell us some more information. Good morning guys, thank you for joining us.
Good morning Natalie.
Good morning.
So Igor, let's start with you. Can you explain the operational changes that members will need to comply with?
Yep, just wanted to come along and give an update on recent requirements to declare transport details, trailer numbers in various systems which are used for crossing the border. And starting with the domestic changes, we've been advised and we announced to members that starting from the 26th of March, the trailer number is required, it became mandatory to declare in GVMS.
Sure.
And on the French side, we've been advised that starting from the 20th of April, the ELO declaration becomes mandatory. And as we mentioned previously, the ICS2 declaration is a must for ELOs. In order to generate at least one ICS2 declaration has to be declared in ELO, and the trailer reference number similarly is required to be declared in the ICS2 declaration. So indirectly, it will be present in those declarations as well.
And are there any other types of declarations that require this data to be declared as well?
Yes, absolutely. And one of the most significant ones is the CDS declaration. So the CDS completion guidance clearly states that the trailer, the tractor number and the trailer number is required if the goods are transported on a trailer. And also the safety and security declaration, SNS GB declaration. When we held our joint webinar with the Border Force colleagues, kind of going through all the common errors, that was one of the top errors. The declarants, they missed the declaration of the trailer reference numbers. And during those webinars, Border Force colleagues taught traders, to attendees, that they have, or they kind of doing an educational approach, having an educational approach to teach declarants, to teach traders how to correctly submit those declarations. So they're guiding them through, if they identified an error, told them how to submit it correctly. And we've been notified that that educational approach came to an end.
Right.
And starting from the 31st of March, each declaration, each non-compliant SNS GB declaration will lead to a warning letter and a penalty. So there will be financial consequences if traders will keep submitting non-compliant entries.
Sure, I understand that. So Robert, is there anything, to that point, is there anything that UK hauliers or trailer operators need to consider as well?
Yes, historically in this country, you've never worried about registering trailers, and that is primarily because you insured it under the tractor unit. But things have changed, and in particular because of the EU situation. So since last year, UK hauliers operating in Europe, if they have a trailer over 750 kilos, have to register it via the DFT website for those movements going to Europe. Now, it's easier to tell you who you don't register for, and that is Ireland, Cyprus, Malta and Spain. You don't need to register. And what happens then is you have to show the trailer registration number on a plate on the trailer, and also you will have a certificate which you have to have in the cab of the tractor unit to show to the local gendarmerie when they inevitably stop you, to demonstrate that the trailer is actually properly registered. And of course, this trailer number has to be given to any party who has got to complete any of the cross-frontier activities.
Yeah, sure. Robert, Igor, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and thank you both for your updates.
Our pleasure.
Our pleasure, Natalie.
For further guidance relating to these changes, please check out the useful links that have been provided in the description below. That's all for today's episode of B4TV, your daily dose of industry information.